Hey, welcome race fans to another race brought to you by KMA Racing and KMA TV. It is Tuesday Night Trucks TNT, our second race of the week in our race eight we of our 15-week series out here in Las Vegas tonight. Going to be some great racing out here tonight if it's anything like that of what they did last night. Now, last night we had a caution coming out early on lap 4, lap 5 maybe. The next caution did not fly until long about lap 96, 97. So huge, long green flag runs last night out here in the Xfinity class. But tonight, it's all about the trucks. We're on a fixed set as well, so we're going to see how it does. Nonetheless, big shout out to our sponsor for the Tuesday night series, Pro Automotive. Jason Russo out on that track tonight joining us. Big shout out there to Jason Russo. Also looking at a few of our other favorite drivers. We've got Travis Browder out here tonight. Gary Whitmer with GW Graphics. Ted Immenheiser with Gearhead Paint Shop joining us in the house tonight. Big shout out there to Ted. Now, last night's winner was Ryan Kuhn, and Ryan told us last night that he would not be able to join us tonight. Unfortunate break for Ronald Klein. That's going to drop him back in points just a shade. You got to be here to collect points. You got to be in it to win it. So we're going to see how these drivers do, hoping for a repeat of last night, because I tell you what, last night was a great race, most awesome race. Hopefully the drivers can get out here tonight and do it one more time. Drivers are getting out on that track after taking their qualifying. We're going to take a look at our qualifying order out here tonight. Sitting out there on that number one spot, no surprise, is Travis Browder, pulling down a 29.790 side by side with Matthew Quick with a 29.835. Pretty quick on both of those runs right there. Third position, Greg McClendon, 29.861. Raymond Rittenauer, 29.879. Rounding out our top five, Ted Immenheiser with a 29.883. Good job to those top five drivers. Ronald Klein starting tonight in sixth position. Chris Hogan seventh. Ronald Hartfield taking up that number 8 spot. Brad Ream and Jack Watts filling up 9 and 10. 11th position belonging to Donald Stewart. 12th, Dave Acacia. Gary Whitmer Jr., one of our favorite sons, in position 13, our sponsor of the night. Number 14, in position 14, Jason Russo, opting not to qualify. Wesley Whitfield in position 16. Joel Guiley, Ryerson 17th and 18th. And Danny Rudy in the rear of our field in position 19. Somewhat of a small field out here tonight for the 8th race of our 15-week series. Second race of the week. Travis Browder out there on that front line. High hopes out here for Travis Browder. Had a very good night running last night, but just unfortunately was not in the books for dear Travis. But I guarantee he's going to be up here tonight. Ryan Kuhn's not here. Going to give Travis Browder a little bit more of an advantage. Because I tell you what, there's few gentlemen that can keep up with Travis on that track, but one of them is indeed Ryan Kuhn. Matthew Quick on his outside, hoping he's going to be pretty quick out there tonight. But again, we'll see how it goes. Ladies and gentlemen, getting ready to kick off 100 laps here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway, TNT, Tuesday Night Trucks. Starts and restarts done on leader's discretion. Travis Browder showing his support for Pad in the M&M truck. With not a huge field, hopefully we're going to see some green flag racing out here tonight. Las Vegas, the place they come to gamble. Going to be gambling on tires. They were gambling on fuel load last night. And away we go. Matthew Quick, very slow on that start on that outside lane. Travis Browder. Greg McClendon with a very good start on that inside. Big shout out there to Greg McClendon, our Friday night sponsor. Travis Browder looking very sharp in the number 51. M&M's brought to you by Over the Top Paints and Designs. Greg McClendon in the number 11 Blaze. Blaze Pizza Chevy Silverado down onto that apron, perfectly legal. Back up onto that track. Got to be careful about doing that. That can jiggle you, it will wiggle you, possibly cutting you loose. Got to be very careful about how tight you pull down and play on that apron. Matthew Quick, very solid third position. Raymond Rittenmeyer in the number 87, position 4, as we have made it through lap 1 and lap 2. Side-by-side action between Ronald Klein and Chris Hogue. Chris Hogue in the number 6, in position 6 in the yellow. Looking very sharp out there. Ronald Klein advancing his position up to number 5. Brad Ream in the number 61, representing RTK Motorsports, hot on the heels of Chris Hogue. Another teammate of RTK, but number 11, Blaze Pizza, Greg McClendon, seemingly dropping back in that pack early on. Has lost 5 spots, dropping from 2 to 7th. Not sure exactly what the situation there is with Greg McClendon. Looks like he's suffering a little bit of right rear damage. Possibly another driver getting into him, sending him backwards a couple of spots. Gary Whitmer Jr. coming into camera on that position 8. Representing Pad side by side with the number 15, with the number 20 of David Casey and Jason Russo hot on his heels. Had our monthly race for Pad. Race on Sunday, Gary Whitmer scoring a top 10 position. Gary Whitmer out here representing RTK Motorsports along with Ronald Klein, Brad Ream, and Chris Hogue. Big shout out there to the RTK Motorsports drivers. Number 14 of Jason Russo, our sponsor for the night, and the Napa Know-How Auto Parts. Oh, my bad. That's the number 15, Jason Russo, and the number 14, Pro Automotive Chevy Silverado. Big shout out there to Pro Automotive ASA certified mechanics out of Dudley, Massachusetts. Ted Immenheiser in the number 19. Only 3.1 seconds back off of our race leader, Articat. Doing a good job. Big shout out there to Ted Immenheiser and his paint shop, Gearhead Gaming. Gearhead Paint Shop. Ted Immenheiser, owner of Gearhead Gaming, operator of Gearhead Paint Shop. Big shout out there to Ted. 4.3 seconds back, we have Joel Guy, the number 91, showing his support for Pad. People gets distracted driving. Danny Rudy sitting back in 14th position. Dan's top notch. Heating and air conditioning. And Lee Ryerson 5.6 seconds back. And the number 125, Stop Bowling. All right, ladies and gentlemen, there is our field. Time to see how these boys do tonight. Back up to our race leader, Travis Browder, wrestling around with the number 89 of Matthew Quick and Raymond Rittenmeyer. Raymond Rittenauer, Matthew Quick giving Travis a nice little run for his money. Travis down on that inside. Matthew Quick, Raymond Rittenauer opting for that high lane just a little bit higher. All three drivers ducking down to that apron. Raymond Rittenauer a little bit faster to get off of that apron. Scott Nelson out there on that KMA TV chat rooting on. Dave Casey and Jason Russo with Kicking Asphalt. Big shout out there to Paul Pellizier. Hoping to see Paul out there on that KMA TV chat tonight. All four drivers, Paul, Kevin, along with Jason and Dave, members of Kicking Asphalt, sub-team of KMA Racing. Travis Browder keeping a very close eye on the number 89. Matthew Quick being very quick. Raymond Rittenauer sitting back, being smooth and very cool. Knowing they've still got 89 laps to get her done tonight. Fuel window sitting at about 36 laps. Matthew Quick really not trying to work his way around Travis Browder right now. More so just learning his line. Now the reason that's important is because there will come a day tonight that Matthew Quick, assuming he's in the same position as Travis Browder, he's going to want to make a move. He's going to want to make a pass. So right now he is studying how Travis Browder reacts to every turn. Caution is out, ladies and gentlemen. Take a look at the number 91 of Joel Guy. Joel Guy down onto that apron. Get a little bit squiggly wiggly. That'll be a penalty right there. Runned over my darn green cone. All right, Joel Guy. That'll be a 5-point penalty for hitting my cone. All right, let's take a look at Joel Guy. Just came down on that apron the wrong way. But I tell you what. Bam! There goes that green cone. Ooh, tough break there for Lee Ryerson. Let's go on and get into the cockpit view of Lee Ryerson. Because I tell you what, Lee Ryerson, dead aim square, punt kicked, and away we go. Boom! Wowzy! Very nice triple axis rotation there done by the 125 of Lee Ryerson. All right, ladies and gentlemen, first caution of the night. Going to catch up with our race leader. Travis Browder lead him off into pit row underneath our first caution of the night. Matthew Quick, Raymond Rittenauer, Ronald Klein, all the way back throughout that field. Every driver opting to go into pit row, all the way down to Danny Rudy. Joel Guy in pit row taking a tow along with Lee Ryerson Jr. Certainly hope Joel Guy is okay after that, but I tell you what, smack a Rooney, big race off of pit row between Matthew Quick and Raymond Rittenauer. That'll put Raymond Rittenauer out there on that front line. How about it, Raymond Rittenauer? Have you got a copy?
Yes, sir.
All righty, underneath our first caution, lap 15 of 100. Compared to last night, not sure if that's a good thing. We only had 2 cautions last night, but the first one came out on lap 6. Second one didn't come out till lap 97. So what's your prediction for tonight? Do you think with the truck series, we're going to have just as good of a race as we did last night? Or do you think it's going to be a little crazy?
Well, I think racing is going to be pretty good. The truck feels good here. We're going to try 2 tires and see how it feels here. I don't know what's going to happen.
All righty. Any of your sponsors, fans, anybody you want to give a big shout out to?
Just give a shout out to you guys and for putting this all on for us and the fans watching.
Alrighty, good luck to you, sir, and maybe we'll talk to you in a little bit more up on that podium.
All right, 10-4.
Big shout out there to Raymond Rittner, Matthew Quick on his outside lane.
Nice.
How about it, Matthew Quick? Have you got a copy?
Yes, sir. What's up?
Hey, now we were talking to your partner back there, Raymond, about the race tonight. Want to give a big shout out to the Squatty Potty. Nice paint job. Talk to us about Squatty Potty.
Well, Squatty Potty is, I mean, it's a great sponsorship to have. You know, if you're, it's probably number 1 and number 2s are all around, and it's, I don't know, it was a fun paint scheme that I came up with over the top paints, and it's fun deal.
All right, now talk to us about Charlotte and what your expectations are for the remaining 84 laps.
Well, I imagine we'll see if we can get some green flag runs going, but we got a pretty big fuel tank here, so I imagine it'll be probably one more stop race, and then we'll see what happens. I mean, we only did 15 laps. The tires usually give out about 20, so that's when it's going to probably get a little bit interesting. Then strategy is going to play out from there.
Now we know you're up there on cams and on the talk box with Raymond Rittner. Does that make a difference tonight? Because there doesn't seem to be a whole lot of partnership. There's not much draft here at Las Vegas.
I don't really want to try a team draft thing here because everybody kind of enters the turns different. So my luck is I'd probably just be like a hair under Ray, and I'd probably spin him out. So I mean you could probably push in the backstretch a little bit, but other than that, everything else is some type of turn. I mean, I could probably tuck behind there, but again, I don't want to get too close because if he does something different that I'm not expecting, I would probably put him in the wall.
Alrighty, copy that. Good luck to you, and thanks for taking care of us on number 1s and number 2s.
Thank you, buddy.
Matthew Quick, Raymond Rittner, working together as a team somewhat, at least on the same radio channel. But you know, as Matthew mentioned, here at Vegas, this ain't Talladega. Not going to be a whole lot of bump drafting, at least not much that is going to be done very safely. Ted Immenheiser sitting back in position 5th. Going to take this restart from the in-car cam of Ted Immenheiser. Out there on that KMA TV chat, fans already talking about cold weather and football. I've got 2 words for you. Go Bears. And away we go. Ted Immenheiser put a little bit of distance between him and the number 6 of Chris Hogue. Chris Hogue moving up. Travis Browder, Chris Hogue into the wall. That'll bring out a caution. Back-to-back cautions here. Taking a look at Chris Hogue and Travis Browder. And away we go. Travis Browder immediately coming down. Chris Hogue drifting up, taking it right into the number 76 of Ronald Klein. Now we're going to look at this from the blimp mode. Not sure what happened. Look at the yellow car. And away we go. And Chris Hogue just, unfortunately, starts edging to his right and keeps edging up, trapping the number 76. His teammate, unfortunately, Lee Ryerson, being taken out in that incident in the 125, as well as the number 91 of Joel Guy. Unfortunate back-to-back cautions, ladies and gentlemen. Did not see that one coming. Interesting, though, because with the back-to-back cautions, a lot of drivers may not go into pit row. Second caution of the night, back-to-back cautions happening. Taking a look at the number 19 Arctic Cat of Ted Immenheiser. How about it, Ted Immenheiser? Have you got a copy?
Mr. Dushka, how you doing tonight?
Doing good, sir. How are you? Back-to-back cautions.
I I like to see that, but brother, I'm doing pretty good.
All right, you're looking very sharp out there in the Arctic Cat. Been a while since I talked to you. So, first of all, refresh my memory about Gearhead Gaming, Gearhead Paint, and the Arctic Cat.
The Arctic Cat was designed off of one of our snowmobiles at our farm here. Decided to take the look of that and put it into a truck. And Gearhead Paint Shop is run by me only. I'm a self-painter. I do a little bit of work for KMA, do a little bit of work for Gearhead Gaming, and obviously I do a little bit of work for myself and the community out there too.
Nice, very nice. I was actually thinking about you today, thinking about how busy you're going to be getting up there come October, November, December when KMA has their annual Spooktacular and their Turkey Daga and the Santa Daga.
Looking forward to it.
All right, now talk to us about how you think the remaining 80 laps are going to go.
I think if everybody uses their head, which it seems like they are, just little stuff's happening here. Hopefully we can go green flag and get some fuel strategy running out here.
And are you pretty confident about Charlotte? Or Charlotte, Las Vegas.
I'm very confident about it. It's one of my favorite tracks, and I do well here in all series. So it's one of my better tracks.
All righty, we're going to keep the cameras on you, not to make you nervous, but now you're going to have to live up to it.
Thanks, Scott.
All right, good luck, Ted.
Yep, you too, buddy. Good night.
Ladies and gentlemen, underneath our second caution of the night, cautions coming out back to back. A little bit of a possible mechanical failure. That was very odd. How the number 6 drifted up into the number 76. I thought it was really odd. It was just like a right turn. And oftentimes out here in iRacing, drivers will have, we call them mechanical difficulties, which basically means your steering wheel coming plugged. Oftentimes, being on a PC, personal computer platform, we'll get those pesky notifications of time to update your virus protection. So, a whole host of situations could have happened. I've actually had my wheel come off into my lap at one point in time, wrecked the whole darn field. Talk about embarrassing. So, we'll see if we can find out exactly what happened with the number 6 of Chris Hogue. But that will take him to the hauler for the evening. Do not see him motivating around the field, nor do I see Joel Guy in pit row. Not sure if Joel Guy will be out for the evening or if he's just trying to get things fixed. I'll have to check in with Joel Guy here in a couple of minutes, see if he's back out on that track. Raymond Rittenauer, Matthew Quick, positions 1 and 2. Big shout out there to Chris Hogue getting on the KMA TV chat. We were wondering if that was a mechanical failure, because it almost appeared, Chris, like maybe a wire had come disconnected. That was my synopsis of it, but nonetheless, glad that he's out there on that KMA TV chat talking about how taking ownership of that caution. Well, thank you, sir. We appreciate that. Thought you might have had a disconnected wheel or something the way you careened up there to the right. Things happen. It's happened to me. Raymond Rittenauer off. Number 8 and 9, Matthew Quick on that outside lane. Travis Browder, Ted Ebenheiser in 3rd and 4th place. Now this is exactly what Matthew Quick was talking about. You got to be careful with this draft. You got to almost run the identical line. Right now, Matthew Quick being very careful on the rear end of the number 87. Can't really push him in the corners here like you can at Daytona or Talladega. Give it a little bit of push coming down that backstretch. Joel Guy is back out onto that track. Big shout out there to Joel Guy. 4 laps down. Raymond Rittenauer, Matthew Quick, Travis Browder, top 3. Brad Ream, Jason Russo. 4th and 5th. Ted Ebenheiser dropping back to position 6th. Greg McClendon, Gary Whitmer back in P8. Ted Ebenheiser falling in behind the number 11, Blaze Pizza, coming around the number 11, Blaze Pizza on the inside of the number 11 of Blaze Pizza. Very tight quarters there for the number 19. Gary Whitmer doing a great job floating around in position 7, knowing he's got a long ways to go. Number 15 of Ronald Hartfill providing no serious threat to the number 5. And I'm sure the number 5 appreciates that. We're on lap 26 of 100. 74 to go. No sense to really get in any big hurry out here at Las Vegas. 2 cautions back to back, totaling out 8 laps. Ted Ebenheiser down below that white line. Greg McClendon opting to stay up on that white line. 61 and 14 side by side, battling it out for 4th position. Very tight racing here. Blaze Pizza, number 11, making a move onto the number 14, side by side with Jason Russo, having to back out of it. Almost had the number 14, number 61, Brad Ream, right up there. We have got some really hot, tight racing going on with the entire front pack. Travis Browder trying to make a move on Raymond Rittenauer, just about tagged that inside corner. Careful, 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 little Browder. Travis Browder, one of my favorite drivers. Call him Mr. ESPN. Gives such great interviews. Travis Browder in 2nd position, side by side with Matthew Quick. Brad Ream checking all this out. Jason Russo just watching it very, very, very carefully. In-car action with Jason Russo all over the rear end of Brad Ream with RTK Motorsports. Jason Russo, our sponsor for the night. TNT Tuesday Night Trucks. Jason Russo, a very strong force on these 1.5-mile tracks. Big action up in front, going in car with Brad Ream. Brad Ream looking at the cat's eyes on the squatty potty, saying, "Here, kitty, 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 kitty." And he's coming after that kitty cat. Travis Browder down below. Easy, easy. Brad Ream trying to make a run around the squatty potty and the M&M's. What more can you ask for? M&M's on your left and the squatty potty on your right. The squatty potty with kitty cat eyes. What do you think about that? Well, I love kitty cats and I love M&M's, and I certainly do love Pad. Haven't had the pleasure of trying out the squatty potty yet, but I have seen it in some of my friends' houses. I'm not going to go into detail about how it works, but it is a legitimate item out there, squatty potty, helping you out with your number 1s and your number 2s. So a big shout out there to Matthew Quick. An odd scheme, but a nice scheme. Travis Browder doing a great job up there, staying all over the rear end of Raymond Rittenauer. Raymond Rittenauer leading 18 laps. Travis Browder leading 15. We're on lap 33 of 167 to go. 1, 2, and 3, and away they go. 4, 5, still straight in line. Brad Ream sitting in very solid 5th position, along with Greg McClendon. 6th position, Gary Whitmer in a very solid 7th. Top 10 last night for Gary Whitmer in our pad race on Sunday night. Ryan Kuhn, last night's winner. Go on and talk to me out there on that KMate TV chat who you think it's going to be. Travis Browder taking that lead away from Raymond Rittenauer. Travis Browder leading 15 laps now. Raymond Rittenauer down to 19. And those are the only two drivers that have led any laps. Good racing there with Brad Ream and Jason Russo. Jason Russo making a move on the number 61, coming around Brad Ream. Jason Russo very tight on two. Matthew Quick, Travis Browder side by side with Raymond Rittenauer. Lap 36 of 164 to go. Side by side action. Matthew Quick trying to squeeze it up through there. Raymond Rittenauer doing a hell of a job out here tonight, holding off the number 51 of Travis Browder, and Jason Russo making a good run. Jason Russo now side by side with Travis Browder. Brad Ream just nowhere to fit the RTK pink-rimmed Chevy Silverado through that little bitty hole there with Travis and Jason. Whoa, there goes Travis. Wiggly squiggly. Hang on to her, Travis. No caution will come out. Let's back that up a little bit and see exactly what happened. Whoa. Easy, Travis. Alrighty, not sure exactly what happened. Back up to live race positioning with Raymond Rittenauer. Well, that's going to remove Travis Browder out of that equation for a little while. Very easy to get side loose here at Las Vegas. Check us out tomorrow night with KMA TV. Ronald Klein will be at the helm. Not sure what he's got up his sleeve, but it'll be something good, I am sure. Back on Thursday Night Thunder. And Palace at Daytona Super Speedway action coming at you, along with Ronald Klein doing that camera work. And on Friday, I'll be back out here with Las Vegas with the big boy toys, the Cup cars. Taking a quick look at our running order out here on lap 40. Raymond Rittenauer leading 23 laps. Gary Whitmer Jr. up to top 5. Jason Russo representing Kicking Asphalt in position 3. Tire wear extremely important out here at Las Vegas. Jason Russo just not interested in burning up those tires. Matthew Quick does not seem to be challenging Raymond Rittenauer. More so concerned again with just following that line, knowing they've still got half a race to go. Right there, Raymond Rittenauer driving down below that white line. Not so sure he really needs to, because I just do not see Matthew Quick very interested in working that position out. Gary Whitmer sitting back in 4th position. First, second, third up there, easily visible. No issues. Gary Whitmer being very safe. Ronald Klein on the rear end of Gary Whitmer. Again, no hurry, no scurry, and no worry. Taking her nice and slow. Ronald Klein slowly working his way around the inside of Gary Whitmer Jr. Not really what I'd call challenging, just more so if it happens, it happens. Unfortunately, something happening with the number 14 of Jason Russo. Winding that back up, going to see what happened with the number 14 of Jason Russo. Might have been some sort of a mechanical failure. He seems to have just shotgunned off that track. I know sometimes Jason Russo has had a service call come up. Appears the way that he shotgunned off of that track may have been a service call incident. Gary Whitmer definitely playing it safe out here. Lap 47 of 100, almost at that halfway point. Gary Whitmer doing a pretty awesome job out here tonight. Working our way from the rear of the field forward, we've got Ted Immenheiser 3 laps down. Lee Ryerson falling to 2 laps down in position 11. Danny Rudy 9 seconds off of that leader. Greg McClendon 7.529 off of our race leader Matthew Quick. David Casey at 3 back in position 8. Ronald Hartfeld sitting in 7th and the number 15. Travis Browder 2 seconds back in position 6. Now Travis we did see he got a little wiggler a little while back. He's pulled it back together, doing a great job against the number 76 of Ronald Klein. Ronald Klein sitting at 2.1 seconds back off of Matthew Quick. So none of these top 8 drivers are out of it yet. David Casey is the 8th driver, and he is 3.3 back. Gary Whitmer Jr. 1.9, sitting in 4th position. Raymond Rittenauer, Brad Ream, Matthew Quick. At the halfway point, lap 50 of 100. All right, ladies and gentlemen, going to lock it on the leaders. We're going to take a quick commercial break, and we'll be right back with you. We are back, ladies and gentlemen, under Green Flag Racing here for Race 8 Week 8 at Las Vegas in our Tuesday Night Truck Series. Only 2 cautions out here tonight, and they came back-to-back, bang-to-bang. We have been rolling around Green Flag Racing here for, I do believe, about 30-some laps, so we should be coming up on some Green Flag pit stops. We are on lap 54 of 146 to go. Matthew Quick. Lead changes 4, 2 cautions totaling out 8 laps. Brad Ream has advanced his position up to 2nd place. Good job there to Brad Ream. Travis Browder on up to 3rd place, leading that big action right there. Gary Whitmer right there in the hornet's nest, as I like to call it. Gary Whitmer side by side with his teammate, with RTK, the number 76. Raymond Rittenauer has dropped back to position 6th. Travis Browder up there doing his thing. For Travis, it ain't nothing but a thing. Gary Whitmer playing it very safe, dropping back a little bit between him and the number 76. 87, Raymond Rittenauer doing the same thing as the number 15, Napa, Ronald Hartfeld. Looking like he's going to try to make a run on the inside of the number 5 of Gary Whitmer. Number 15 holding position. Really impressed with the way the racing has been going the last couple of weeks out here with KMA. Cautions have been cut down dramatically. I do believe Gary Whitmer going into pit row. Green flag pit stops coming for Gary Whitmer. Gary Whitmer in the number 5 pad, GW Graphics, RTK Motorsports, RK Paints and Designs. Got a lot of logos out there on the number 5. Gary Whitmer going into pit row. See how he maneuvers around in pit row. Taking those left sides. Only left sides. Interesting. Gary Whitmer not looking for right sides, pulling out with Ronald Hartfeld and Raymond Rittenauer. Big race off of pit row. Gary Whitmer letting them guys go past. Not really too worried about it right now. Gary Whitmer, very safe, conscientious driver, taking his time out of pit row. Ronald Hartfeld, Raymond Rittenauer getting on it loud, getting on it heavy early on. Nice looking paint job there by the number 5. Well, to put Ronald Klein, David Casey out there on that front line, positions 1 and 2. Green flags pit stop starting to develop around lap 60 of 100. 40 laps to go. Plenty of time for anything to happen. Ronald Klein, David Casey, the only drivers on that lead lap. So obviously Ronald and Dave have yet to go into pit row. Trying to stretch out those fuel miles, get a little run going. Ronald Klein letting David Casey by. Ronald Klein going his way into pit row. Green flag pit stops for Ronald Klein. Ronald Klein looking very sharp out there in the RTK Motorsport, number 76. .125 of Lee Ryerson on his way out of pit row. And the stop bullying. Big shout out there to Lee Ryerson, showing his support of a great cause that we brought some awareness to recently. The stop bullying. It was the anti-bullying race, and I do believe we held that out at Charlotte. David Casey now out there on that front line, but David Casey into pit row as well. Going to give up that lead to go in and take some tires and some fuel. Probably a good thing. Got to have tires and fuel, or you can't go and you can't roll. Dave Casey on his way out of pit row. I'll put Brad Ream out there on that front line after the updates. Brad Ream in position 1, Matthew Quick position 2, Travis Browder sitting back in 3rd position, 1.3 seconds back. Travis Browder, big stone's throw away there from Matthew Quick. Matthew Quick and Brad Ream battling for position 1. As they come around, Joel Guy, Raymond Rittenauer sitting back in 5th, having his own little private race with the number 15 of Ronald Hartfield battling out for positions 4 and 5. David Casey doing a great job out here tonight, being rooted on by Kevin Scott Nelson. And the Dollar General, representing Kickin' Asphalt. Gary Whitmer Jr., position 8. 6.2 seconds off of our race leader. Danny Rudy back on that lead lap, but 19 seconds back from Brad Ream, our race leader. Greg McClendon, 22 seconds back as he comes around. As the 125 comes around Greg McClendon, sitting back in position 10, 23 seconds back. Ted Immenheiser, 2 laps down as Ted brings the Arctic Cat into pit row. Hit that yellow cone. Unfortunate break there for Brad. I tell you what, folks, they're tearing my cones up. We got Joel Guy running over a green cone. We got Ted Immenheiser running over the yellow cone. I'm going to have to start charging my drivers for mistreating my cones. Brad Ream out there on that front line with Matthew Quick on lap 68 of 100. Here in this 100-lap race in our Tuesday night truck series. Big shout out there to Pro Automotive. Notice how Matthew Quick, very prone to drop below that white-yellow line. Number 61 of Brad Ream, really not so much interested in doing that. It'll gain you a little bit of speed here and there, not much. I myself never really preferred to do that, not really seeing where it's benefiting. Travis Browder starting to get a little bit hot. Travis Browder sitting in position 3. Now Travis starting to make a little bit of a run on the number 61 of Brad Ream. Travis Browder finding a little bit of speed. Brad Ream going to put a little bit of challenging onto Travis Browder. He's going to make Travis Browder work for it. Travis Browder, Brad Ream, both drivers less than a second off of our race leader Matthew Quick. All 3 drivers into the field of view. It can be done. 4th place, 3.5 seconds back, belonging to Ronald Hartfeld. 5th place, Raymond Rittenauer at 3.8. Ronald Klein Sixth position, 5.6. David Casey and Gary Whitmer Jr. battling it out for 7th and 8th. Danny Rudy on the other side of the track, 22 seconds down. Position 9, Greg McClendon, our last driver on the lead lap, sitting in position 10. But what a race out here tonight, folks. Only 2 cautions. Lap 74 of 100 with Matthew Quick, as Matthew Quick begins to negotiate himself around lap traffic. Well, he is going to put Greg McClendon 1 lap down right now. Like Van Halen says, right now, Greg McClendon has fallen 1 lap down with the pass of Matthew Quick on lap 74 of 100. Travis Browder has worked himself around safely. Number 61 of Brad Ream, and Travis Browder 2.5 seconds off of Matthew Quick. Brad Ream 3.7, battling it up with the number 15 of Ronald Hartfield, working their way around the lap traffic of the number 91 of Joel Guy. And here comes Raymond Rittenauer shooting up through that middle. What a move there by Raymond Rittenauer, wanting that 4th place pretty bad. Not able to stick it though. Number 15 of Ronald Hartfield coming around Brad Ream. Ronald Hartfield advancing his position up to position 3. Brad Ream seemingly falling off his tires a little bit. We're going to take a look at some of these lap times. Ronald Hartfield with the last lap of a 30.594. So remember, 30.5. Travis Browder with a 30.492. Matthew Quick with a 30.2. So Matthew Quick considerably faster than that of Travis Browder. Matthew Quick with a fast lap of 29.774. Last lap of a 30.280. That was kind of odd. We just completely heard the engines of Matthew Quick cut off and re-kick. That was very odd. I have to check on that one there later on tonight. Lap 79, Matthew Quick in first position. Last lap of the 31.164. Travis Browder with a 30.269. And Ronald Hartfield 3.2 back with a 30.074. Lap 80 of 120 to go. Ronald Hartfield making some progress on Travis Browder. Matthew Quick back up to a 30.268. 2.7 off of Travis Browder. Laps led of 24 by Matthew Quick. Lap time is very important at this point in time, coming down to how well you can hold your line. Matthew Quick holding very steady at a 3.2-ish. Travis Browder, 3.2-ish as well. Ronald Hartfield, 3.2-ish as well. Ronald Klein, 3.5 seconds back, down to 29.991. Ronald Klein finding a little bit more. It's not over until that fat lady sings. And David Casey down to 29.984. So right now, David Casey and Ronald Klein, the faster drivers on that track. Lap 84 of 100, 16 to go. Travis Browder getting ready to get into a little bit of traffic here with Ronald Hartfield and Brad Ream. Or not Brad Ream, Ronald Klein. There'll be a drag race out here for second, third, and fourth. All of these drivers actually catching up with Matthew Quick. Matthew Quick holding steady at a 3.319. Travis at a 3.30.1. Can they catch him, ladies and gentlemen? Can Travis be caught? Ronald Hartfield sitting at 2.8. He has indeed caught Travis. 0.3 off of Travis Browder. 2.8 off of that race leader. Ronald Klein, 3.0 back. Good racing here all night long. 13 laps to go. Only 2 cautions, lap 87 of 100. Matthew Quick with a 30.114 of the last lap. 2.7 seconds in front of Travis Browder. 3.1 in front of Ronald Hartfield. Travis has got about 12 laps to get her done tonight. Big action there between Ronald Hartfield and Ronald Klein. Raymond Rittenauer 8.5 seconds back. Brad Ream a little bit further at 19 back, and Gary Whitmer at 8.9 back. Gary and Raymond racing for position 6th. David Casey is sitting back in position 5. Still trying to work his way around Ronald Klein. Matthew Quick leading 33 laps out here tonight. Travis Browder, Ronald Klein having a good showdown. Lap 90 of 100, 10 to go. Number 15 down below that line, working his way around RTK Ronald Klein. Piers Ronald's going after Travis. Number 20 going after Ronald. Ronald, and Dave. Good racing, 3 wide action. Ronald seems to be about just as fast as Ronald Klein, Ronald Hartfield. Ronald Klein with a slight edge. Travis Browder holding very steady at 3.1 back. Matthew Quick starting to drop off those lap times of a 30.411. Travis Browder's led 18 laps out here tonight. 8 to go here at Las Vegas. Travis Browder starting to have some connection issues. It's kind of odd. Matthew Quick, 30.360 on that last lap. Travis Browder on a 30.357, almost identical lap times. Travis Browder catching up on the 2.7 mark. Ronald Klein at 3.1. Travis Browder with a lap time of a 30.349. Matthew Quick times really dropping off at a 30.535. But still, Travis Browder holding very steady at a 2.7 second back. Ronald Klein at 3.1. David Casey at position 4 at 3.3 back. Ronald Hartfield 5. At 8.5, Ronald Hartfield into pit road. Gary Whitmer Jr. 13 back. Will advance one position on Ronald Hartfield. Obviously a miscalculation on the fuel strategy for the number 15. He had been running such a great race all night long. 30.424 on that lap for Travis and a 30.460 for Matthew Quick. Travis has been holding steadily back at a 2.7 differential for most of the last 10-15 laps. Just does not seem to be able to pull down, dig deep, pull up those big boy boots up to a 2.6, up to a 2.5. He'll have these little bursts, well, where he'll get up there, but just cannot get past that 2.4, 2.3 mark. Travis Browder, Matthew Quick into pit road. Miscalculation of fuel there on to Matthew Quick. Ooh, bummer for Matthew Quick. That'll put Travis out there on that front line. Ronald Klein, David Casey, our top three. Matthew Quick in pit road. Gary Whitmer will advance on to position 4 with 2 to go. Bummer out there for Matthew Quick with a serious miscalculation on that fuel load. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is lap 98 of 100. 99 of 100, 1 lap to go. We're looking at Raymond Rittenauer, 17 seconds back. Pulling around the number 5 of Gary Whitmer. That'll advance Raymond on to position 4. David Casey looking at a possible number 3. Ronald Klein, position 2. Trying to get up there to Travis. Travis possibly Ronald Klein, Travis Browder. I tell you what, it is over, ladies and gentlemen. And right now, we are showing Travis Browder, our race winner. All right, we're going to talk to a couple of our finishers in here tonight. Joining us up in the booth, first off, is our third place position, David Casey. How are you doing, Dave?
Hey, Scott, how you doing? Third place 2 nights in a row.
Third place 2 nights in a row. Well, I tell you what, that tells me you've been out here practicing at Las Vegas. What do you think?
For the Cup cars, I did. I mean, for the Xfinity, I did. Today I had to work all day, so I didn't have much time, but it felt similar to last night, so I felt good.
All righty, and how are you feeling about going into the Cup cars on Friday?
It is undetermined whether I'm going Friday night because I might have to work, but if we do, we'll be there ready to go.
All righty, and tell me a little bit about FlexVolt.
Matt Kenseth's paint scheme again, and, just Pride and DeWalt, kicking asphalt motorsports.
All right, you did a great job representing Kicking Asphalt. Good job to Paul. We had Kevin Scott Nelson out there. Unfortunately, Jason Russo, not such a good night tonight. Nonetheless, you represented Kicking Asphalt very well.
Thank you, and thanks to all the sponsors and yourself for putting on a good show.
Yep. Thank you, sir. All right, joining us in the booth next would be Ronald Klein and Travis Browder. Now, I'm showing Ronald Klein sitting back in second place. Is that correct?
That is not correct.
All righty, so it is indeed Travis Browder in second.
Yes, it is.
All right,
Scott.
how you doing, Travis?
Hi, Scott. I'm out of fuel, so I got Joel pushing me to the finish line so I can get to the finish. I'm sorry if I ran out of fuel.
That's fine. The race was over. I understand. You're doing all this after race. We
Yep.
had a little bit of a miscalculation here on my end. I saw that you guys were really, really, really close.
It was
but-
really close.
But Travis, so you did end up in second place. Talk to me about your night.
Absolutely, Scott. I finished second place. Big hats off to Ronald right there. He paid off the fuel strategy. I was barely close on fuel. I started sputtering going into turn 3. I was saving a little bit of fuel as best I can on those last couple laps. I tell you, it was a lot of fun for sure. We did see some green flag pit stops. We'll take this M&M's pad over the top paints and design second place tonight.
All right, now, I know this is probably a redundant question, but how did you feel when you saw Matthew Quick tear off there onto pit row on lap 97?
I think he burned up all that fuel up because he pitted like 1 or 2 laps earlier before I did.
He did.
So yeah, I knew it was going to come down to fuel strategy. So it was a pretty cool finish for sure.
All righty, well, so far so good on week 8. Out of 2 races and 200 laps, we've only had 4 cautions. What do you think that great racing is attributed to, Travis?
Oh, Scott, ever since the rules have been improving, I think the racing's been a lot better. A lot of better racing for sure, especially every race we go to every single week. You know, a lot of drivers are improving, learning how to be patient better to, so they won't get any penalties. It's just race clean, race hard.
All righty, good job to you, Travis Browder. Proud of you, buddy.
Thank you, Scott. Fun race. Congratulations, Ronald Klein. Well deserved on your field strategy, man. Hats off to you.
All righty, Ronald, go on and talk to us about that fuel strategy and your time out here on Charlotte. I see you led 4 laps. Good job, but you led the most important lap, which was that last one. Talk to us about strategies.
Well, first of all, thank you to my teammate Brad Ream for telling me to keep my head on. I was involved earlier with an incident with another teammate, and I had to start at the back of the field, and I worked my way up, and I didn't think that we could make it on just one more stop, but as I watched the laps wind down, I was like, I know from practice 38 laps can make it. You can make it on 38 laps. So I pitted with I believe 37 to go, 38 coming to 37 to go, and finished with just a little over half a gallon of fuel in the tank. I probably could have pitted, I should have pitted 1 lap earlier, and the race wouldn't have been so close.
Now, I was watching a lot of the lap times going on out there, and I know you'll go back and you'll watch the replay yourself. But with Matthew Quick up there, Travis was able to get up there to about 2.3, then he would drop back to 2.8. Similar with you, you were at 3.1, then getting up there to about 2.9. So it seems everybody was evenly matched. And we really did see about how the strategy of fuel under green flag situations did make or break this race.
Yes, Scott. It was very, very difficult to pass. You could pass for about the first 10 laps, and then if the person you were racing against wouldn't give you any kind of room, even though you were faster on paper, it was nearly impossible. Travis made an incredible pass on me on the outside. I was working to pass cars on the inside, and because the guys were slower and Travis and I were faster, I was trying to get underneath. Well, he ended up passing me on the outside. So very difficult to pass here tonight. I knew it was going to be very difficult to pass. I told Brad qualify as best you can. The rest of the teammates, they kind of have their own strategy. But Brad and I communicate really closely and said, don't make any mistakes. And on the last run, if it's close, 2 tires will work out. But I had to take the gamble, and it paid off, Scott. I can't believe it. I won again.
It's Vegas. You got to gamble. All righty, Ron, talk to us about what you're going to be doing out there tomorrow night.
Tomorrow night, we will be in the Whelen Modifieds at Bristol, 150 laps. The Summer Short Track Series will continue. We're actually going to open it up, going to be an open room, so hopefully we'll get a bunch of guys from KMA and fill it up with the rest of the guys, and we're going to kind of use that as a grooming series, as kind of like we do on Thursday nights. So if somebody impresses us and they're a good driver, short tracks will definitely show if they are, and we'll go from there. So that's what we're doing tomorrow night. I can't believe it, Scott. I won again.
You did
Can you believe it?
You did an awesome. Oh, I can believe it. I knew you could do it. Sometimes it ain't about how fast you are. It's about how smart you are, and when the luck of the pits and a successful pit stop, right place, right time. You did a good job, Ronald. You had a long time coming, brother.
I appreciate it, Scott. Thank you to KMA Racing, KMA TV, Blaze Pizza, Jason Russo over at Pro Automotive, Gary Whitmer, who is a teammate of mine who gave me all the room in the world tonight. Want to give him a big shout out, because if it wasn't for him, I probably wouldn't have gotten through the field as quickly as I did. So thank you to him for that, and then thank you to him for sponsoring the Monday Night Series with GW Graphics. So big shout out to all the sponsors, including RTK Motorsports. I know Chris Hoag's feeling really down right now. I'm hoping he's watching the broadcast, because he was afraid that he ruined my night. I know I haven't checked my text or my messages, but I did glance over during the pit stop, and just to see what the message was, and I saw it was from Chris, and I dropped it, went back to racing, and I just messaged him as I was getting ready for the interview that I was hoping that he was watching the broadcast. So huge shout out to all of RTK Motorsports. Everybody does a fantastic job. We're all great teammates. Thank you, and thank you, Scott.
All righty, good job out there tonight. I'm going to flash up those results, and we're going to get on out of here, and we'll see you tomorrow night, Ronald.
Copy that. Thanks, Scott.